Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into something that, let's be honest, affects every single one of us: worry. We're going to break down a really powerful philosophy to help us find that mental peace, that freedom from the anxiety that can just hold us back. So let's get right into it. So I want to start with a very real question for you. Just take a second and think about this. Is worry stealing the peace from your life? Do you ever find your mind just spinning, caught up in what might happen tomorrow or replaying things from yesterday? If that sounds familiar, you are absolutely in the right place. We're about to explore a way through it. And here's the core idea we need to get straight from the start. We tend to think that worrying is somehow productive, right? Like it's the first step to solving something. But it's not. Worry doesn't actually fix anything. In fact, it becomes a much bigger problem all on its own, one that just saps our energy and clouds our thinking. To really get a handle on this, our first section takes a look at the destructive nature of anxiety. We're calling it the fire of worry. This is where we really get to the heart of why it's so incredibly damaging to us. This quote from Acharya Ji is, wow, it's so powerful. Just let it sink in for a moment. A funeral pyre burns what's already dead and gone. But worry burns you while you're still living. It slowly eats away at your joy, your energy, and your peace, bit by bit, every single day. It's this slow burn that just robs you of your life right now. Okay, so that's pretty heavy, right? How in the world do we put out that fire? Well, our next section, The Power of Now, is all about the foundation of a stress-free life. This is where we shift from just understanding the problem to actually finding the solution. And you know what? The solution, at its heart, is beautifully simple. This isn't about some complicated technique that takes years to master. The very first, most powerful step you can take, starting right now, is to just anchor yourself in the present moment. This is your point of power. So, how do we actually do that? How do we live in the present? It all starts with making a choice. First, you choose to leave behind the endless what-ifs of the future. You can't control it, so why let it control you? Next, you have to consciously release the burden of the past. It's done. Carrying it around just weighs you down today. And finally, you bring all of your attention, all of your focus to what you need to do today. If your mind starts to drift, just gently bring it back to the task right in front of you. Now, once you start practicing this, something really cool begins to happen. You start to develop this inner stability, and that brings us to our next big idea, the eye of the storm. See, life is always going to have its chaos, but you can find a place of total calm right in the middle of it all. And here is the crucial distinction, the secret, really. There are things we simply cannot control: the traffic, the weather, what other people say or do. But there is one thing we can always control: our internal reaction to those things. This is where your true freedom is. It's the one thing you have complete power over. And this quote just captures that perfectly, doesn't it? Your power isn't about stopping the storm from happening. It's about becoming so calm, so centered, that the storm just can't touch you. A calm mind is your ultimate shield. It's your greatest strength. It's that ability to choose how you respond, no matter what's going on outside. So let's see how this all comes together in our next section. Peace is your power. This is where we learn that real strength doesn't come from force, but from building this internal perspective of peace. If there's one thing to take away from our whole conversation today, this is it. We're always looking for peace out there somewhere, in a quieter house, a better job, a different relationship. But this philosophy teaches us that we've been looking in the wrong place the whole time. True, unshakable peace isn't a place. It's a perspective. It's an internal state of being that you create and you carry with you. So, what's the path to building that perspective? Well, it rests on two main pillars. The first one is faith, having a trust in something bigger than yourself, which really helps to ground you. The second is to focus on your karma, which simply means doing the right things, performing your duties, without getting obsessed with the outcome. When you combine that faith with right action, you'll find that stress just naturally starts to fade away. Now, you might be wondering where all these powerful ideas come from. And that's a great question, because this isn't just some modern self-help trend. It's rooted in some really deep wisdom. This section, the Yugrashi's guidance, honors the source of it all. A Yugrashi, by the way, is like a great sage for the age. All of these transformative principles that we've been talking about, they come from the literature of Yuga Rishi Pandit Shriyam Sharma Acharya Ji. His work gives us this clear, really practical roadmap for anyone who's looking for a more balanced, peaceful, and meaningful life. So here we are, right back where we started. But now you have a new choice in front of you. You've seen how destructive worry is, and you've seen the powerful, accessible path to peace. The only question left is the one you see right here. Will you leave worry behind and choose peace today? The choice, as we've now learned, is entirely in your hands.